Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Tarot with Titania reading of the week for February 27th to March 6th, 2026. If you're new here, hi, I'm Titania, and welcome to these weekly readings that I put out every Friday, also for the solstices and equinoxes. It's a way for us to just connect to what we need to know personally and collectively at this time so we can ground and stay stable as we navigate this very strange time on the planet that we chose to come in and be part of. And so, as we always do this week, every week, I'm going to set the intention and I invite you to join me. We're going to start by taking 3 nice deep breaths to pull our energy into sync across time and space. And with that third exhale, I invite you to imagine a tree root coming down out of the base of your spine, going deep down into Mother Earth, like the trees that hopefully surround you wherever you are. Knowing that that tree root is not only going to anchor you and ground you, but it is also going to provide you with a conduit through which anything that no longer serves you can easily and effortlessly pass down into Mother Earth and become compost for your new good growth. Creator, this is your daughter, Titania, and I am here with all of your children across time and space as we co-create this reading of the week for February 27th to March 6th, 2026. My intention is to be a clear channel for the information we most need to receive right now, both personally and collectively, for our highest and greatest good. I'd like to invite my higher self and the higher selves of all those participating, as well as an overlighting angel of communication, to be present and facilitate this exchange, ensuring that it happens in the highest and best way possible, and that we cover all that is in our personal and our collective heart and mind at this time to our satisfaction in this window that we have together here today. I'd also like to invite the 4 archangels to come and hold the 4 directions around us, creating a sacred container across time and space of light, of love, of clarity, of wisdom, of healing, of insight, of transformation, of peace, of grounding, of connection. Whatever is uppermost in our individual hearts and minds may be gathered and held here in the best way possible, and anything that doesn't match these frequencies and intentions is welcome to go now. I invite Raphael to hold the east, Michael to hold the south, Gabriel to hold the west, and Uriel to hold the north. Thank you for coming. Anything, like I said, that doesn't match these frequencies and intentions is welcome to go now, and I want to acknowledge the overlighting Deva of my home, Heart's Home. Thank you for your constant presence and support in my life. And with that, shall we begin? And these are from my garden. We had snow this morning, snowdrops in the snow. I'm so excited to see them. Spring is coming in the Northern Hemisphere. And today is the second day. Yesterday was the start of the new astrological year, the beginning in Aries. We had the new moon in Aries. Is that right? Anyway, not an astrologer. But it's the beginning of the fire horse year, which is very exciting and inspiring as well. There's going to be a lot of change this year. We're going to see a lot of things happening. So let's see what this first reading of the astrological year has to stay as all our planets are moving into Aries. It's kind of exciting. Well, not kind of, it is exciting. And with that, what do we need to know, Creator, this week in service to our personal and our and collective highest and greatest good? What would help us to best navigate the energies of these times, to harness them and make use of them in service to our best, the good of all humanity and the good of all life on this planet of Earth, in service to more love and light everywhere. Okay, we are starting with Temperance, key 14. It's a major arcana. If you know tarot at all, there are 2 decks in the tarot, the major and the minor arcana. Minor arcana are like our playing cards, 4 suits, 4 elements, more mundane, important, just different. Major arcanas are pay attention cards. They are more about soul growth, evolution. They're kind of big picture cards. We're starting with one. It's in the position of the past, which is information from our experience that is relevant now in our present and going into the future. And temperance is the card of balance. We have the angel pouring the water of life into the vessel of the human, and the human's going, oh yeah, that's enough. Thank you. That's good. I'll manage that for now. Temperance is what we do when we sample life and discover what we prefer. And doing it in a measured way is always wise, because then we don't burn ourselves out or run ourselves ragged, which is a very important thing at this time. And what this card is indicating is we know what this is like. We've done this before. We've had our experiences of temperance in the past. We've had our experiences of sampling life and trying things on and seeing how it fits for us and adjusting and adapting so that we're doing it our way. And it's important for us to remember our ability to hold this balance, because we're going into more life. It's endless. It's always unfolding. The change is always happening. But this ability to verify for ourselves what is important is relevant now going into this future. We need to be able to stay in ourselves, observe, sample, take it in, and then decide and discern where are we going to engage, where are we not going to engage. And in many ways, I would encourage you, to the best of your ability, to stay as grounded as possible in your own life. We all have these screens, which I forgot to put on airplane mode. We all have them. We spend a lot of time on them. I'm even creating this and posting it on one so that you're spending time on a screen doing this with me. But we need to be in our lives right now, right here, right now, because in our immediate embodied experience is where the change is going to happen. The more often we are in our human form, loving it, caring for it, being in it, circulating in life from that space, the more powerful and radical our transformation experience will be as humans. The more we'll accelerate change on the planet. The body is not the afterthought. We get that from certain sacred traditions, but it's not actually the case. Coming into the human form is a very, very, my understanding is that it is an indication of just how dedicated and evolved as a spirit being you are. It's not just anybody who gets to come in and take on human form. There's a progression that happens. And so if you're here in human form at this time, especially in this time of change on the planet, you're not just a wallflower. You're here because your unique flavor is important to the tapestry of all life and its evolution at this time. So your direct experience, your own embodied experience, is very, very important. No one else can do it for you. No, you can't do what anybody else does and have it be yours. This is your journey, your experience, your sampling of life, your verification of what parts are for you. Because by doing that work, we each get clear about who we are, why we're here. What is our yes? What is that shiny collection of things we can't help ourselves? We're compelled by those shiny things that are shiny because that's where life actually wants us. And going in those directions in an embodied way means that we're bringing our vital force, our life energy into life in a very, very profound and powerful way, which is influencing humanity in a way that's never happened before, especially when more and more and more of us are doing it. It's not to say that humanity wasn't embodied before, but now we're doing it differently. We've had enough experience that we're being consciously human, more of us. Always been masters who've done it, but more of us are learning how to be conscious and deliberate and intentional in human form. We're not doing it all the time. We're not there yet. We're human beings having this incredible evolutionary experience. But the more we lean into our practices, our meditations, our yoga, our qigong, our tai chi, our focused, intentional ways of being, our connection to nature, just being here with the breath, powerful. I mean, we do it all the time, and we can do it with intention to come back to these beautiful bodies and experience life very, very profoundly from this now moment. That's the work right here, right now. Get into that beautiful body, take good care of it, love it, get out into nature, circulate, connect with others from that present grounded state. And that's where this transformation is going to occur. Unplug from the screens and be here now. Okay, so that's our start. The present card, the card of success, the 10 of Hearts. We have this collection of people having a really, really good time together. It's a community celebrating something. It's this heartfelt, happy emotion. We have the butterfly at the top, which symbolizes metamorphosis, transformation. And our joy is important. Our happiness is important. Our ability to come together and be in community with others and amplify that good energy is important now. So this verification, this sampling, this coming home to ourselves, figuring out who we are, what we love, finding others who share that as well, and then connecting with each other and holding energy and space together and getting excited together. This is beautiful. This is powerful. And this is generative in a huge way, not only for those of us who are participating, but for that human field, the field of the human family and the life beyond it. We're conscious creators. We're conscious, deliberate creators and manifestors. And that is a powerful thing. And the more present we get to that, and the more deliberate and intentional we are, the more we can accelerate the changes that are coming for humanity. I know there's a lot, but it's good. We have to know we're here on purpose. And so we can let go of worrying about things, because it would be inefficient of nature to terminate us now. We have too much to do. And I do think that we have assistance on the other side that will intervene if necessary, not to save us, but to help us, and helping us already. Okay, 9 of Hearts. We're moving towards fulfillment. So we have these 2 beautiful heart cards. This glorious idea of gathering with like minds, gathering with others, going to that beautiful heartfelt place together and letting that be amplified. And then near future, this energy of fulfillment, cultivating that. I believe that that's part of any spiritual practice, is cultivating and basking consciously in powerful, positive emotion. And we can do that many, many, many different ways. Watching a sunset, going for a walk in nature, hugging a loved one, petting your cat. Whatever brings you to a higher, deeper, richer, more fulfilled state, that's what we want to be cultivating. We want to reprogram ourselves with that energy. The more we spend time in that, the more we're giving our physiology an opportunity to match that energy. And that is healing and transformative. And when we exist more in that beautiful, full state of well-being and love and generosity and kindness and happiness and well-being, that radiates out into the field as well. And our energy, the energy that we cultivate deliberately, mindfully, moves with us in the world. And we can navigate life with more resilience when we have a lot of this fulfillment energy, for one thing. We're not as at the effect of the outer world when we have a strong practice of well-being and goodness. And we also are more resilient if we do come up against the buffer of life, the challenging, dark things that we're experiencing. I mean, let's face it, we're having wicked, dramatic contrast on Earth right now. How could people do that? How could people be horrendous to each other? How could that even happen? Well, it's happening in service to our awareness. There's a whole lot of explanation and story that we could go into around all that. But the main thing for us to remember is it's all for us. It's all for our spiritual evolution, our growth, our ability to say, that's not okay anymore. I'm not going to put up with that anymore. And how I'm going to live my life better is by being a greater center of love and light and kindness and well-being and hope and goodness and beauty. And living that more profoundly and more intentionally and more deliberately into the world. And as we focus on doing that, we're helping to unwind those old things that are no longer relevant, because we just won't be a resonant state to it anymore. It just isn't going to be a match anymore. So there'll be no place for it to exist on the planet. But we have to shift out of those states. We have to do the work. We have to bridge to the more deliberate, intentional beingness. Lots coming through today, eh? It's the first of the new year. Okay, Justice. Major Arcana as the foundation for this week's reading. Why we're having this? Well, this is the card of karma. It's the middle point card of the major arcana. We are cultivating our experience, like I was just talking about. Are we resonant with the dysfunction of the world, or are we resonant with harmony, beauty, understanding, health, and well-being? What are we cultivating through our practice, through our attention, through our intention, through our will, through our focus? What are we giving our energy and focus to? Because we're going to pull it in. We're creating our reality through our frequency. I'm not saying that to freak anybody out, because if you're focused on things that aren't very healthy, there's a good lag. That's why we're human, and things happen slowly. The buffer's getting a little smaller as we evolve, but nevertheless, there is a lag, and so we can clean it up. It doesn't mean that we're going to pull in all these negative things, but the more we dwell in a negative state, the more we tend to experience negative things or things that we perceive as being negative. Even the story we tell about it is negative. We are here to be masterful creators. And we are here to be far more deliberate and conscious about what we're doing and how we're doing it, especially now on the planet. And this card of justice is reminding us about this. There is a perfection to everything. How are we laying down the carpet of our life? What is that path going to look like for us? Through our actions, through our words, through our intentions, through our way of being. What are we creating? Because we're laying the path that we're going to follow. That's this karmic energy, this sort of like how we're being is creating what we're going to experience. We're the ones. So how are we doing it? Are we being deliberate? Are we being intentional? Are we being masterful about this? And if you have things going on in your field that you don't like, and trust me, there's a lot of that going on right now in the world. If you could take the loftier perspective, take the deep breath, and ask yourself, what do I know now? This contrast has given me new understanding, new perceptions, new awareness. What do I prefer? What do I know now? And then ask yourself, how can I move in the direction of that awareness? How can I be more of this distinction? I want more peace in the world. How can I be more peaceful? How can I hold more peace in my body and be a walking clearing for peace on the planet? I want more beauty. My life is full of ugliness. I want more beauty. How can you be a clearing for more beauty? How can you be more harmonious and beautiful in your state as you move through life? Focusing on the good, giving your attention to beauty. And when you encounter it, stop, breathe it in. Make it a practice, a sacred practice. Always with the breath. The breath brings us home to the body. The body is the compass. When we're in our body, we know what is a yes and we know what's not a no, what is a no. When we're in our minds wandering all over the universe, ungrounded, it's very difficult to make wise choices. That's why the body is so important for us as humans. And an incarnate state. Bring the breath through the body, come home to yourself, and get present. What do I need to know? What do I know now? How do I move in that direction? That's how we're going to navigate everything that we're going through right now. It's our work. It's our work, and it's good work. It's satisfying work. It's fulfilling work. And it's always moving us towards what is for our highest and greatest good, especially when we pay attention to our yes and cultivate our yes. Okay, so we have verification, taking in life, sampling life, knowing when enough is enough or too much is too much, and having right balance within ourselves so that we're not overdoing things. This is important. We need to have right balance, especially in these interesting times. The more grounded we are, the more we take care of ourselves, the more we actually foster well-being in our field, our human field, our physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual field, the more easily we navigate all of the change in the outer world. We have inherent resilience. That means that we're not as rocked by whatever shenanigans are going on outside. We rise to an observer place. We have a bit of detachment, and we're able to better negotiate all of that. Joy in community, gathering with others of like mind, whether that's online, otherwise, there's lots of phenomenal people who are holding space. Go where you feel nourished. Give yourself time there. to be with others. And notice if you can hold a nourishing state together. Because this is another thing. Sometimes we get together and we have our connection through suffering. We have our connection through complaining. We have our connection through our justifications of why the world's such a horrible place and agreeing on it and inviting everyone else to come and agree with us. That's a very human thing. We want to be connected, and we often can connect through that lower frequency. But can we come together in community and help each other to stay lofty, help each other to stay in that broader, wiser space, not get caught up in the story and in the drama, but to stay clean and clear and intentional? It's a big ask. It's challenging enough for us in our own sphere, but when we get with others, can we hold it? I've had mixed success with that. And I'm sure you have too. But it's an interesting thing for us to observe in ourselves and say, okay, can we set the intention as a group that we will remind each other gently and refocus when we start to go down a path that isn't resilient or helpful or resourceful? Fulfillment. This is what we want to build. And we build it through our own experience, our own awareness of it, our own consciousness of it, and attention to it. When we encounter beauty, when we encounter well-being, when we encounter happiness, when we encounter comfort, when we encounter joy, happiness, celebration, whatever the word is for you, it doesn't matter. It could be many, many different states. But whenever we encounter that which we prefer, nice deep breath in, pull it into the body, pull it into that field of you. Let it exist in your cells, in between your cells. Let it fill out the spaces inside and out. And make that a sacred practice so that more of that stays with you, so that you become more of that frequency and energy, replacing whatever was there before that maybe isn't quite so satisfying or fulfilling, so that this beautiful energy of fulfillment can grow. And then as we move through life, holding that frequency, we're agents for that as we go through the world. We embody it. We hold it. As we enter a room, others connect with that energy. We're a huge field of consciousness as humanity. And so as we make this a sacred practice, it's not just for us, although it's pretty good when we do it. It's for everyone else as well. It's helping to raise the vibration and the frequency for all of the humanity that we're connected to. So those who are in spaces where they're maybe having difficulty cultivating or even being aware of this, maybe can find some relief if they can create some space and tap into the human field, this beautiful community that we're all part of and that we can cultivate with intention. Again, this is about this masterful time that we're living through. This is about us living with even more intention in these beautiful bodies, understanding why we're here in these human forms and how we can do what we do in them. It's these ancient practices that's been always about the practice, because the practice cultivates the field of energy and the well-being, and we become more of that, and we move through life as that. Justice, karma. We are creating the field that is going to emerge. We are creating the new world through our choices, our actions, our attention. How are we caring for ourselves? How are we being in the world? What are we holding in life? Because from this point, this middle point, we can go either way. So what are we cultivating? What are we creating? What are we choosing? And how do we do that really, really well so that what we make is something magnificent and beautiful and harmonious? I guess I say that because that's what I would like. And I hope it is what you would like as well. I think fundamentally all of humanity, we want our children to thrive and have beautiful futures. We want to see everyone nourished, cared for, allowed to thrive, being supported in their expression of their highest and greatest gifts and abilities and talents, not only for our own good as individuals, but in service to the good of the community, in service to life. These are fundamental things that I believe that are at the heart of all humans, whether we're conscious of it or not. But again, we're living through a time where we have this opportunity to become more conscious than we ever have, to be more of a deliberate co-creator with life than we ever have been before. And it's a rare and precious and privileged state to be in. So let's not waste it. Okay, let's get on to the card to grow on. I'm loving these cards. You kind of don't want to see them go, but We'll trust they'll return again when we need them. But what an auspicious reading for the first week of this new astrological year. We're getting there, people. We're going to be okay. It's all for us. It's perfect timing. We're getting there. Okay, so card to grow on Creator. Summarizing this reading and all the information in it so that we can carry it forth from this moment into the world in the best way possible. Princess of Hearts. So princesses in my deck are pages in other decks, if you're familiar with tarot. And that's the energy of new beginnings, fresh starts. It can be a baby, it can be a new venture, but that quality of new life. Our card to grow on this week is new life. For this first week of the new astrological year, we have new life. And it's heartfelt life because it's the hearts. It's the emotional sphere. New beginnings on the level of the heart. And that's exciting. Because humanity is changing, we are growing, things are happening. You wouldn't believe it if you watch the news because, well, that's just not the story they're telling. But people are good. They care. And now more than ever, we care. And us coming home to ourselves and living into that love with each other, with this beautiful planet, with the animals that are here. We all have our path forward. We all have our work to do. We all have the areas that we're called to. I'm called to plants. I love plants. You might love animals. Others love humans. They love people. I mean, I appreciate people and I appreciate animals, but that's not, like we all have the things that really light us up and inspire us. And that's where we need to be giving our energy because it's generative for us. It gives us energy and it nourishes us. And in turn, we nourish the life field. It's a symbiotic, beautiful cycle of energy. We're not separate from life. We are life. Life experiencing itself. And we can do it better. We can do it with intention. We can do it with love. We can have this beautiful new beginning as we start this year of the fire horse, letting it be from love. Fire, I mean, that's the heart. Fire, the element of fire in traditional Chinese medicine is the heart. So new beginnings on the level of the heart. It's all here and it's kind of remarkable. So let's drop into our hearts, pay attention. Create some space if we're in the middle of something intense and heavy. Just keep breathing. Come back to that beautiful body with the breath. Observe. You don't need to respond or react. You can just be a witness. Create room. And from that room, then we can engage with life in a calmer, kinder, gentler, wiser, more beautiful fashion. And yeah, we're going to have our moments because we are human and it's what we do. And we can love that about ourselves and be okay with it. Because ultimately, it's all okay. It's all perfect. We're all here in service to life. We're here in service to more unfolding. We're all here to be our human selves and mess up and support each other as we pick ourselves up and try again. And that's how it goes. And that's how humanity got here. And that's how we're going to keep going. But I think it's exciting that you're here with me. Thank you. If these readings are helpful to you, it would be wonderful if you would like them. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. And if you find that these are worthy of sharing, please do share with those in your community who may benefit. My hope with this work is that it is in support to us as individuals navigating this wacky time so that we can do our best and do what we came here to do, which is to be the brightest, shiniest selfness that we are in service to more love and light. Okay, that's it for this week. Have a beautiful beginning of this astrological year. Enjoy this new energy of the fire horse. Feed it with your love and your intention of the beautiful earth that you know is possible. It doesn't have to be too specific, but when we dwell on the energy of what we want to create, we pull it in. So I'll look forward to seeing you next Friday. In the meantime, much love and light. And bye for now. Oh, I didn't close the reading. Thank you to all those who helped to hold this space today. Thank you for being part of it. I am so grateful. Okay, much love and light. We'll see you next time. Bye for now.